Welcome back to Moments with Pa. I've decided to continue one more time here on the study of love. We kind of touched on it in the last two sessions, and so I want to talk about it hit me, we don't really talk about it a lot, but 1 Corinthians chapter 13 is called the love chapter. And so I want to share just a little bit. I did a comparison one time with that chapter, and so I want to share a little bit of that with you. So let's start off by reading verse 1, 1 Corinthians chapter 13, verse 1. If I speak with the tongues of men and of angels, but have not love, I am only a resounding gong or a clanging cymbal. In other words, an ugly noise. You're an ugly noise. But if I have a gift of prophecy and can fathom all mysteries and know all knowledge and have great faith that can move mountains, but have not love, I am nothing. You gather that? You get that? All these great gifts, prophecy and faith to move mountains and all this kind of stuff. But if I have not love, God said in 1 Corinthians 13, if I don't have love, I'm nothing. How important is love? That's why I have a little trouble getting off the subject, because it's very important. So, if I have not love, I am nothing. If I have all possessions, and I take everything I have and I give it to the poor, and if I surrender my body to be burned, put in the flames, but have not love, it gains me nothing. Wow. And then, starting with verse 4, and here's where I do a comparison. Let's talk about, it really defines love, and that's what I want to do. Verse 4 says this: love is patient. So, signs of not loving: impatience, self-willed, demands instant gratification. That's not patience. Love is patient. Love is kind. In other words, it's not abusive. It's not vengeful. Love is kind and compassionate. So our love needs to be kind and compassionate. It's not jealous. Does not envy. Has a spirit of gratitude and contentment. So it doesn't want what others have. Love is self-contained. It doesn't look for others. Does not brag, does not boast, is modest, and possesses true humility. All this is in verse 4. So it doesn't brag, it doesn't showcase itself. Love is very humble. That's a good word. Also in verse 4, it's not arrogant, not proud, takes its place, acknowledges authority. It takes its place and it doesn't consider itself and demand his rights. Love is very unselfish. Verse 5, does not act unbecomingly, is not rude but courteous. Love is very courteous. It's not ungracious, indifferent to others' needs. It loves others. It loves. Verse 5, does not seek its own, is not self-seeking, but is fulfilled in the helping of others. Somebody who really loves wants to help others. Love is do good to himself. That's what the selfishness is. Verse 5, it's not provoked. Love is not provoked. It's not eagerly angered, but is self-controlled. It's temperate. So love doesn't have a hot temper, basically. Verse 5, does not take into account a wrong suffered. Very good. Keeps no record of wrong, has a forgiving spirit. So It doesn't keep a long memory list of faults. Sometimes we like to keep a list of people's faults and throw it up at them every once in a while. That's not love. That's not love. Verse 6, does not rejoice in unrighteousness, does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth, is discerning, sees the difference, is deliberately choosing good. So it's not passive, it's accept both good and bad. So it's not weak. Love is a very strong attribute. Verse 7, bears all things, always protects, tries to shield the vulnerable. That's love. Looks out only for himself if it's a selfish thing. That's what love is not. Love is giving. Verse 7, believes all things, always trusts, considers someone innocent until proven guilty, gives the benefit of the doubt. So that's what love is. It's not suspicious. Verse 7, hopes all things, also hopes. It's optimistic. Love is optimistic. And so it's not faithless, it's not pessimistic, it's not worrisome. It's very hope, it's all things. 7, endures all things, always preserve, is willing to suffer, to see things through. And of course, not loving is do anything to avoid pain or cost or quits and doesn't want to continue with love. So love endures all things. Love never fails, never gives up, never ends, never throws in the towel. Love never gives up. I like to say it this way. Love is something you can take to heaven. Love lasts forever. 1 Corinthians 13:13. Hope, faith, and love. Those things last forever. So let's work on loving. I mean, loving from the heart. God says he doesn't want this surface stuff. Love from the heart. God's kind of love. So until next time, may God the Father and Jesus the Lord give you grace, mercy, and peace. Thank you so much for watching again. And I think I'll find some other subject for the next session. Thank you very much. Love one another. God bless you.